Begin by simply listening. Slow down and see just how peaceful today can be. Thank you so much for being here. You can call me Sebastian Smalls. If this goes right, it's going to be Bram Stoker Dracula and Metal Gear Solid. Thanks so much for being here. Wish us luck.
Chapter 5 of Dracula by Bram Stoker. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Corinne LePage. Chapter 5. Letter from Miss Mina Murray to Miss Lucy Westenra. 9 May. My dearest Lucy, forgive my long delay in writing, but I've been simply overwhelmed with work. The life of an assistant schoolmistress is sometimes trying. I am longing to be with you, and by the sea, where we can talk together freely and build our castles in the air. I've been working very hard lately, because I want to keep up with Jonathan's studies, and I've been practicing shorthand very assiduously. When we are married, I shall be able to be useful to Jonathan, and if I can stenograph I can take down what he wants to say in this way, and write it out for him on a typewriter, at which also I am practicing very hard.
The nuclear weapons disposal facility on Shadow Moses Island in Alaska's Fox Archipelago was attacked and captured by Next Generation Special Forces, being led by members of Foxhounds.
But a sort of journal which I can write.
They're demanding that the government turn over the remains of Big Boss, and they say that if their demands are not met within 24 hours,
I may show it to Jonathan
they'll launch a
someday
nuclear
if there
weapon.
is in it anything worth sharing, but it is really an
We'll have
exercise.
two mission
I shall
objectives.
try to do what I
First,
see
you're to
legal
rescue
journalists
DARPA
do.
Chief Donald Anderson
And writing
and the
descriptions
president of
and
Armstead,
memorable
Kenneth Baker.
conversations. I'm told
Both are
that
being
with
held
the
as hostages.
One can remember all that goes on, all that one
Secondly,
hears said.
you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to make a nuclear strike.
I just
Stop
heard
them if they
lines
do.
from Jonathan from Transylvania.
What's the insertion method? We'll approach the disposal facility by sub. We'll launch a one-man SDV.
I mean, Jonathan and I.
After the SDV gets as close as it can, dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
Loving Nina. Tell me all the news you want. You have not told me anything for a long time. I hear rumors, and especially the tall, handsome, curly-haired man.
High-Tech Special Forces Unit Foxhound.
Lucy
Your
Weston
former
to
unit,
Nina Murray.
and one that I was a commander of.
17
So they're still
Paddington,
around.
Wednesday.
There are 6 members of
My
Foxhound
dearest
involved in this
Nina,
terrorist
I must
activity.
say, you attacked me
Psycho
very
Matters, with his
unfairly
powerful
in
psychic
that
abilities.
first
Sniper
I went to you
Wolf,
twice
the
since you
beautiful
passed.
and
The
deadly
last letter is
sharpshooter.
only your second.
Decoy
Besides,
Octopus,
I have nothing
Master
to
of
do.
Disguise.
There is really
Vulcan
nothing to
Raven,
eat here at
Giant in
Anne
shape.
is very present just now, and we go a
And
good deal
Revolver Ocelot,
walks and rides in the park.
specialist in
As
interrogation,
to the
and a
tall,
formidable
curly-haired
gunfighter.
man, I suppose
And
it was the one
finally,
who was with me
in
at
charge
the
of
last
the
call.
Foxhound
Someone
Squad,
evidently intended
Liquid Snake.
that is he still living.
Liquid Snake.
He often comes to
Man
see
with the
us,
same
and we
code
want
name
to
as
get
you.
very well
The
together.
nuclear weapons
They have
disposal
some
facility
things
covers the
that
whole island. I'll instruct
we
you by
met some
codec
time
after you
ago
reach
in
your target.
just
Anyone going with me?
if
As
you are
usual,
not
this is a
already
one-man
Jonathan.
infiltration mission.
He is an excellent
Weapons and
party,
equipment
is
OSP.
handsome, well
Yes,
and of good
this is
birth.
a top-secret
He is a
black
doctor
op.
and
Don't
really
expect any
clever.
official
Just
support.
fancy. He is only 9 and 20, and he has an immense lunatic asylum all under his own care. Mr. Holmwood introduced him to me, and he called here to see us, and often comes now. I think he is one of the most resolute men I ever saw, and yet the most calm. He seems absolutely imperturbable. I can fancy what a wonderful power he must have over his patients. He has a curious habit of looking one straight in the face, as if trying to read one's thoughts. He tries almost very much with me, but I flatter myself he has got a tough nut to crack. I know that from my class. Do you ever try to read your own face? I do, and I can tell you it is not a bad study, and gives you more trouble than you can well fancy if you have never tried it. He says that I afford him a curious psychological study, and I humbly think I do. I do not, as you know, take sufficient interest in dress to be able to describe the new fashions. Dress is a bore. That is slang again, but never mind. Arthur says that every day. There, it is all out. Nina, we have told all our secrets to each other since we were children. And we have slept together and eaten together and laughed and cried together, and And now, though I have spoken, I would like to speak more. I mean, couldn't you guess? I love him. I'm blushing as I write, although
I'm going to swat down a couple of
he's not
balls of
particularly
flies.
but, no, I love him. That doesn't matter. I wish I were here with you, dear, sitting by the fire and listening to what he said. But I would try to tell you. I do not know how I'm writing this even to you. I'm afraid to stop, or I shall tear up the letter, and I don't want to stop, for I do so want to tell you all. Let me hear from you at once, and tell me all you think about it. Mina, I must stop. Good night. Bless me in your prayers,
This is
and
Snake.
Mina,
Colonel, can you
pray
hear
for
me?
my happiness.
Loud and clear. What's the situation, Snake? Looks like the elevator in the back is the only way up.
This is a secret.
Just as I
Good night
expected.
again.
You'll have to take the elevator to the surface.
Letter.
But make sure
Lucy
nobody sees you.
Weston to Mina Murray.
If you need to, contact me by
24
Kodak.
May.
The frequency is
My dearest
140.85.
Thanks again
When you
for
want
your
to use the
sweet
Kodak,
letter.
push the
This is so
select
nice
button.
to be able to tell
When
you
we need to
that
contact
this
you,
sympathy.
the Kodak
My
will
dear, it
beep.
never rains.
When you
But
hear
it
that noise,
pours.
press
How
the
true
select
your
button.
proverbs are.
The Kodak's
Here am I.
receiver directly
It shall be
stimulates the
20th
small
September,
bones
and
of
yet
your
I
ear.
have never had a proposal.
No one but you
Till
will be
today.
able to hear it.
Not a real
Got it.
proposal. And
Okay,
today,
I'm ready
I
to
have
go.
had 3. Just fancy. 3 proposals in one day. Isn't it awful? I feel sorry, really and truly sorry, for 2 of the poor fellows. I mean, I'm so happy that I don't know what to do with myself. And 3 proposals. But for goodness sake, don't tell any of the girls, or they would be getting all sorts of extravagant ideas, imagining themselves injured and slighted if in their very first day at home they did not get 6 at least. Some girls are so vain. You and I, Mina dear, who are engaged and who are going to settle down soberly into old married women, can despise vanity. Well, I must tell you about
Who's that noise?
but you must keep a secret, dear, from everyone. Except, of course, John. You will tell him, because I will, if I really need to, certainly tell Arthur. A woman not to tell her husband everything, don't you think so, dear? And I must be fair. Men like women settling their wives to be quite as fair as they are. And women, I am afraid, are not always quite as fair as they should be.
Snake, there's an
Well, my
elevator there you
dear,
can take up to
number
the
1
ground.
came just
You'll just
before
have to wait
lunch.
for the elevator to
I
come
told you of
down.
him,
You
Dr.
better
John
hide
Seward,
somewhere.
the lunatic asylum man, with strong jaw, a good forehead. Who arguably was never so to say that their entrance and screamed his advice to all sorts of little things and remembered them. But he almost managed to sit down on his silk hat, which men don't generally do when they are cool, and then when he wanted to appear at ease, he kept playing with the lancet in a way that made me nearly scream. He spoke to me, Mina, very straightforwardly. He told me how dear I was to him, though he had known me so little, and what he'd like to be with me to help and cheer him. He was going to tell me how unhappy he would be if I did not care for him, but when he saw me cry, he said that he was a brute and would not add to my present troubles. Then he broke off and asked if I could love him in time, and when I shook my head, his hands trembled, and then with some hesitation he asked me if I cared already for anyone else. He put it very nicely, saying he did not want to wring my confidence from me, but only to know, because if a woman's heart was free, a man might have hope. And then I felt a sort of duty to tell him that there was someone. I only told him that much, and then he stood up, and he looked very strong and very brave as he took both my hands in his and said he hoped I would be happy, and that if I ever wanted a friend, I must count him one of my best. Oh, Mina dear, I can't help but love. You must excuse me for being hot blood. All that sort of thing. But it isn't at all like heartening when you have to see a poor fellow whom you know loves you honestly going away and looking broken-hearted. And to know that no matter what he may say at the moment, you are passing quite out of his life. My dear, I must stop here at present. I feel so miserable. There are things about me. Evening. Arthur has just gone, and I feel better in spirits than when I left off, so I can go on telling you about the day. Well, my dear, number 2 came after lunch. He is such a nice fellow, an American from Texas, and he looks so young and so fresh that it seems almost impossible that he has been to so many places and has had such adventures. I sympathize with poor Desdemona when she had such a dangerous dream poured in her ear, even by a black man. I suppose that we women are such cowards that we think a man will save us from fears, and we marry him. I know now what I would do if I were a man and wanted a girl to love me. No, I don't. For there was Mr. Morris telling us his stories, and Arthur never told any, and yet... My dear, I am somewhat oblivious. Mr. Quincy P. Norris found me alone. It seemed that a man always does find a girl alone. But no, he doesn't. For Arthur tried twice to make a chance, and I helping him all I could. I am not ashamed to say it now. I must tell you beforehand that Mr. Morris doesn't always speak a slave. That is to say, he never does so to strangers or before them. For he is really well educated and has exquisite manners. But he found that it amused me to hear him talk American slang, and whenever I was present and there was no one to be shocked, he said such funny things. I am afraid, my dear, he has to invent it all, for it fits exactly into whatever else he has to say. But this is a way slang has. I do not know myself if I shall ever speak slang. I do not know if Arthur likes it, as I had never heard him use any as yet. Well, Mr. Morris sat down beside me and looked as happy and jolly as he could, but I could see all the same that he was very nervous. He took my hand in his and said ever so sweetly, Miss Lucy, I know I ain't good enough to regulate the fixings of your little shoes, but I guess if you wait till you find a man that is, you'll go join them 7 young women with the lamps when you quit. Won't you just hitch up alongside me and let us go down the long road together, driving in double harness? Well, he did look so good-humored and so jolly that it didn't seem half as hard to refuse him as it did poor Dr. Seward. So I said as lightly as I could that I did not know anything of fiction and that I wasn't grateful to him. He said that he had spoken in the right manner, and he hoped that if he had made a mistake in doing so, on so grave, so momentous an occasion for him, I would forgive him. He really did look serious when he was saying it, and I couldn't help feeling a bit serious, too. I know, you think me a horrid flirt. Though I couldn't help feeling a sort of exaltation that
It's
he was
Snake.
number 2
I'm in front of the disposal
one day.
facility.
And then, my
Excellent,
dear,
Snake.
before I could say
Age
a
hasn't
word,
slowed you
he began
down one
pouring out
bit.
a perfect torrent
How's that
of
sneaking
love
suit working
making,
out?
laying his
I'm
very
nice and
heart
dry,
and
but it's a little
soul
hard to
at my
move.
feet.
Bear with it.
He looked
It's
so
designed to
earnest
prevent
over it that I shall
hypothermia.
never again
This
think that a
is
man
Alaska,
must be
you know.
playful always
Take it
and
easy,
never
I'm grateful.
earnest, because he
If it
is
weren't for
merry
your
at
suit and
times.
your shot, I would have turned into a
I suppose he
popsicle
saw
out
something in
there.
my face
An
which
anti-freezing peptide,
for he
Snake.
suddenly stopped
All of
and
the
said with
genome
a sort of
soldiers in this
manly
exercise are
fervor
using
that I
it.
could have
I
loved
see.
him for if
I'm
I had
relieved to
been
hear
free.
that. Already tested, huh?
Lucy,
By the way, how's
you
the
are an
diversionary
honest-hearted
operation
girl,
going?
I know.
2
I should not
F-16s
be
just
here
took off
speaking
from
to you
Galena
as
and
I
are
am
headed
now,
your
if I did
way.
not believe
The
you
terrorist
truly
radar should
grit
have already
right
picked them
through
up.
to the very depths of your soul. Tell me, like one good fella to another, is there anyone else that you care for? And if there is,
I'd
I'll
be
never trouble you a hair's
Colonel.
breadth again, but we'll be, if
What's
you
a
will let
Russian
me,
gunship
a
doing
very
here?
faithful friend.
I have no idea.
My dear Nina, why are
But it
men
looks
so
like our little
manful?
diversion
Women
got
are
their
so little
attention.
worthy of that.
Now's your best chance to slip in unnoticed.
Of this great-hearted creativity. I burst into tears. I'm afraid, my dear, you are thinking so very strongly, my dear, in more ways than one. And that she felt very badly. Why can't you let him go marry a fool? Or as many as want her, and save all this trouble? But this is heresy, I must admit. I am glad to say that, though I was crying, I was able to look into Mr. Morris's brave eyes, and I told him out straight. Yes, there is someone I love.
There are only
though he
18
hasn't
hours
told me
left
yet that
until
he
their
loves me.
deadline. You've got to
I was
hurry.
right to speak to him so frankly, for
you must be
quite a
crazy
light
to fly
came
behind
to
in
his
this kind of
face,
weather.
And he put out
Who's
both his
that?
hands and took
Oh,
mine.
sorry.
I think I put them into his.
I haven't introduced
and
you
said
to
in a
yet.
hearty way,
This is Mei Ling.
"That's my brave
She was
girl.
assigned to us as our
If better
visual
was
and
being
data
late for a
processing
chance of winning
specialist.
you than
She
being in
designed
time
your
for any
codec,
other girl
as well
in
as your
the world.
Soliton radar system.
Don't cry, my dear.
Contact her
it's
if you
for
have
me,
any questions
I'm a
about
hard
either
nut
of
to
them.
crack, and I think it's stand enough.
Nice to meet you,
If
Snake.
that other fellow
It's an
doesn't
honor
know
to
his
speak to
happiness, well,
a
he's
living
very
legend
poor
like
too,
yourself.
or he'll have to deal with me. Little
What's
girl,
wrong?
your honesty and
Nothing.
pluck have made me
I just
a friend.
didn't expect a
And that's
world-class
rare
designer
in
of
a lover.
military
It's more
technology to be
unselfish
so
anyhow.
cute.
My dear, I'm going
You're
to
just
have
flattering
to
me.
only walk
No,
between
I'm
this
serious.
kingdom come.
Well, I know I won't be bored for
Won't
the next
give me
18
one
hours.
Come
It'll
on.
be something to keep off the
I
dark.
can't believe I'm being hit on by the famous
you can
solid
yell if you like
Snake.
for that other
But
good fellow.
I'm
He
surprised.
must be a good fellow,
You're
my
very
dear,
frank for a
fine
trained
fellow.
killer.
Or you could
Looks
not
like
love
we
him.
both have a lot to
Hasn't
learn about
spoken
each
yet.
other.
Yeah.
That
I'm looking
quite
forward to
won me,
learning about the
therefore.
man behind
It
the
was
legend.
brave and sweet
But
of
first,
him, and
let me
noble
explain
too,
about your
to
Soliton
arrive,
radar
wasn't
system.
it? And he's so sad.
The
So
bright
I
dot
went
in the
over
middle
and
is you,
kissed him.
Snake.
He
The red
stood up
dots
with
are
my
your
2
enemies,
hands in
and the
his.
blue cone
As
shape
he looked down
represents
into my
their field
face,
of
I'm
vision.
afraid I was blushing
Be
very
careful,
much.
Snake. The
He said,
genome soldiers have
"Little
highly
girl,
developed
I'll
senses
hold
of
your
hearing
hand,
and vision
and
due
you
to their
kiss
gene
me.
therapy.
And if these
Make
things
sure
don't make
you
us friends,
don't let
nothing
them
ever
see.
will." Thank you
First,
for
I
your
want you to
sweet
infiltrate the
honesty.
disposal site
And
and look for
goodbye.
the DARPA chief.
He wrung
The
my
DARPA
hand
chief was
and picking up
injected with
his
the
hat,
same GPS
went
transmitting
straight out of the
nanomachines
room
as
without
you.
looking back.
He should
Without
appear
a
on your
tear
radar as a
or
green
quiver
dot.
Get
or
whatever
pause.
information you
And
can
I
from
am
him about the
crying like a
terrorists.
baby.
If he's alive,
Oh,
that
why
is.
must a man like that be made unhappy when there are lots of girls about who would worship the very ground he trod
Snake, your
on?
radar isn't affected
I
by the
know
weather,
I would if I
but if
were
you're
free.
discovered by an enemy,
Only
you
I
won't
don't
be able
want
to use
be
it.
free.
Yes,
My
it
dear,
gets
this
jammed
quite
easily, I'm
upset
afraid.
me. And I
Yes,
feel I cannot
it's
write
all
of
made from
happiness just at
currently
once after
existing
telling you of
technology.
it. And
You
I don't
won't be
wish
able to
tell
use it in an
number
area
3
with strong
until it can
harmonic
be all
resonance,
happy.
so be careful.
Ever your
We'll be
loving
monitoring your
Lucy.
movements by radar, so
P.S.
contact us by
Oh,
codec
that
anytime you
number
want.
I needn't
Got
tell
it.
you of
I'll
number
call
3,
if I'm
and
feeling
besides,
lonely.
I was also confused.
Seriously, Snake, we're
It
here to
seemed
back
only
you
a
up, so
moment
call
from
if
his
you
coming
need
into
some
the room
information
till
or
both his arms
advice.
were around me.
I'm
He
also
was
in charge of your
kissing
mission
me.
data.
I'm
Contact me
very
if you want me
happy,
to
and
record
I
your
don't know
current
what I have done
status.
to deserve
My
it.
frequency is
I must only try in the future to show that I am not
140.96.
ungrateful
It's a
to God
dedicated
for all
frequency
his
for saving
goodness to
data.
me in sending me
Don't
such
forget
a
it.
lover, such a husband.
Remember,
Such a friend.
except for your binoculars, you're
Goodbye.
naked. You need to arm yourself with whatever
Dr.
weapons you
Seward's
can find.
diary.
I remember.
Captain Phonograph.
First I'm strip searched by Dr.
25
Naomi
May.
here, and then all my weapons are taken away.
Peptide enough
Imagine
of
yourself
today.
put in that position.
Cannot eat.
Well,
Cannot
if you make
rest.
it back in one piece,
diary
maybe I'll let
instead.
you do a strip search
Since
on
my
me.
rebuff of yesterday,
I'll
I have
hold
a
you to
sort
that,
of
Doctor.
empty feeling.
By the way, sorry to
Nothing in the world
disappoint you,
seems
but I
of
did
sufficient
manage to smuggle out my
importance to be worth
smokes.
the doing.
How did you do that?
As I
In
knew
my
the only
stomach,
cure for this sort of
thanks to
thing
the
would
shot you
work,
gave me that
I
suppressed my
went down
stomach
amongst the
acids.
patients. I
Cigarettes?
picked out one
How
who
are
has
those going to help
afforded me a
you?
study of much
You
interest.
never know.
He is so quaint that I am determined to understand him as well as I can. Today I seem to get nearer than ever before to the heart of his mystery.
If you want to get
I questioned him
in,
more
there's
fully
the
than I
front
had
door.
ever done, with a view of making myself
It's
master
the
of the craft
fastest
of
way,
hallucination.
but there's too much risk
In
of
my
being
manner
spotted
of
by the
doing it,
enemy.
there was,
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in.
I
There's
seem to
one
wish to
sentry
keep
on the
him
left
to the point
and
of
one on
his
the right.
madness, a thing
They're
which
armed
I
with 5.56ers,
avoid with patience as I would the
pineapples.
mouth of hell. Memorandum. Under what circumstances would I not avoid the pit of hell? Omnia me venalia sunt. Hell has
What
its
about the
price.
air duct near the door?
Drives up. If there be anything behind this instinct,
There should
it would
also be a duct on the
valuable
second
to trace
floor.
it afterwards accurately, so I had better commence to do so. Therefore, R.M. Brenfield, age
I can't
59,
see it from here.
sanguine temperament, great physical strength, morbidly excitable.
I'll let you decide the
periods
best
of gloom,
COA.
ending in some
I'm counting
fixed
on you,
idea
Snake.
which I cannot make out. I presume that the sanguine temperament itself and the disturbing influence end in a mentally accomplished finish. A possibly dangerous man. Probably dangerous if unselfish. In selfish men, caution is as secure an armor for their foes as for themselves. What I think on this point is, when self is the fixed point in the centripetal force is balanced with the centrifugal, when duty, a cause, etc., is the fixed point, the latter force is paramount, and only an accident, or a series of accidents, can balance it. Letter, Quincy P. Morris to Honorable Arthur Homewood, 25 May. My dear Art, we've taken arms by the campfire on the prairies, and dressed one another's wounds after trying a landing at the Marquises, and drunk health on the shore of Titicaca. There are more yarns to be told, and other wounds to be healed, and another health to be drunk. Won't you let this be at my campfire tomorrow night? I have no hesitation in asking you, as I know a certain lady is engaged to a certain dinner party, and that you are free. There will only be one other, our old pal at the Korea, Jack Seward. He's coming too, and we both want to mingle our weeps over the wine cup, and to drink to hell, with all our hearts, to the happiest man in all the wide world, who has won the noblest heart that God has made and the best worth winning. We promise you a hearty welcome, and a loving greeting, and a health as true as your own right hand. We shall both swear to leave you at home if you drink too deep, a certain pair of eyes.
Come.
Yours, as ever and always, Quincy P. Morris. Telegram from Arthur Holmwood to Quincy P. Morris. 26th May. Count me in every time. I bear messages which will make both
Surveillance
your
camera?
ears tingle. Art. End of chapter 5. Recording by Corinne LePage. Chapter 6 of Dracula by Bram Stoker. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Corinne LePage. Chapter 6. Mina Murray's Journal. 24 July.
Shoo!
Lucy met me at the station looking sweeter and lovelier than ever, and we drove up to the house and tested each little rooms. This is a lovely place. The little river of the Esk runs through a deep valley, which broadens out as it comes near the harbour. A great viaduct runs across high hills, through which the view seems somehow further away than it really is. The valley is beautifully big, and it is very steep when you are on the high land on either side. You look right across it, unless you are near enough to see down. The houses of the old town, the side away from us, are all red roofed and seem piled up one over the other anyhow, like the pictures we see in America. Right over the town is the ruin of Whitby Abbey, which was sacked by the Danes, and which is the scene of the where the bell was built up in the middle. It is a most noble ruin of immense size and full of beautiful romantic bits. There is a legend that a white lady is seen in one of the windows. Between it and the town there is another church, the parish one, round which is a big graveyard, all full of tombstones. This is, to my mind, the nicest spot in Whitby, for it lies right over the town and has a full view of the harbour and all up the bay to where the headland called Cottonwood stretches out into the sea. It descends so steeply over the harbour that part of the bank is fallen away, and some of the graves have been destroyed. In one place, part of the stone work of the grave stretches out over the sandy pathway far below. There are walks with seats beside them through the churchyard, and people go and sit there all day long looking at the beautiful view and enjoying the breeze. I shall come and sit here very often myself and work. Indeed, I am writing now, with my book on my knee, and listening to the talk of 3 old men who are sitting beside me. They seem to do nothing all day but sit up here and talk. The harbour lies below me, with, on the far side, one long granite wall stretching out into the sea, with a curve outwards at the end of it, in the middle of which is a lighthouse. A heavy sea wall runs along that side of it. On the near side, the sea wall makes an elbow crooked inversely, and its end, too, has a lighthouse. Between the 2 piers, there is a narrow opening into the harbour, which then suddenly widens. It is nice at high water, but when the tide is out, it shoals away to nothing, and there is merely the steam of the Esk, running between banks of sand, with rocks here and there. Outside the harbour, on this side, there rises for about half a mile a great reef, the sharp edge of which runs straight out from behind the south lighthouse. At the end of it is a buoy with a bell, which swings in bad weather and sends a mournful sound on the wind. They have a legend here that when a ship is lost, bells are heard out at sea. I must ask the old man about this. He's coming this way. He is a funny old man. He must be awfully old, for his face is all gnarled and twisted like the bark of a tree. He tells me that he is nearly 100, and that he was a sailor in the Greenland fishing fleet when Waterloo was fought. He is, I'm afraid, a very sceptical person, for when I asked him about the bells at sea and the white lady at the Abbey, he said very briskly, "I wouldn't fash myself about them, miss. Don't want to be all wore out. Mind, I don't say that in the words, but you said that they wasn't in my time. They be all very well for comers and tippers into our trade. Oh, and I some of them do that. Them feed folks from York and Leeds that be always eating charred herrings and drinking tea and looking out to boy to death would creed out. I wonder myself he'd be bothered telling lies to them. Even the newspapers, which is full of fool talk. I thought he would be a good person to learn interesting things from, so I asked him if he would mind telling me something about the whale fishing in the old days. He was just setting himself to begin when the clock struck 6, whereupon he laboured to get up and said, "I must be gang again words home now, miss. My granddaughter don't like to be kept waiting when the tea is ready, for it takes me time to cram my boon degrees. And there be a many of 'em in miss I look to Billy Timber early by the clock." He hobbled away, and I could see him hurrying as well as he could down the steps. The steps are a great feature on the place. They lead from the town up to the church. There are hundreds of them. I do not know how many, and they wind up in a delicate curve. The slope is so gentle that a horse could easily walk up and down them. I think they must originally have had something to do with the abbey. I shall go home too. Lucy went out visiting with her mother, and as they were only duty calls, I did not go. They will be home. 1st August. I came here an hour ago with Lucy, and we had a most interesting talk with my old friend, since I was coming. Evidently, we saw all of them, and I should think must have been in his time most dictatorial person. He will not admit anything and downfaces everybody. If he can't out-argue them, he bullies them and then takes their silence for agreement with his views. Lucy was looking sweetly pretty in her white lawn frock. She has got a beautiful colour since she has been here. I noticed that the old man did not lose any time coming up and sitting near her when we sat down. She is so sweet with old people. I think they all fall in love with her on the spot. Even my old man succumbed and did not contradict her, but gave me double share instead. I got him on the subject of the legends, and he went off at once into a sort of sermon. I must try to remember it and put it down. "Oh, it be all fool talk, lock, stock, and barrel. That's what it be, and not else. These bands and wafts and bogos and bargas and buckles and all in it, them is only fit to set barons and dizzy women a belder in. They be not but air blebs. They and all grims and signs and warnings be all invented by parsons and ills and book bodies and railway toters to scare and scunner haffins and get folks to do something that they don't other incline to. It makes me orful to think of them. Why, it's them that, not content with printing lies on paper and preaching them out of pulpits, does want to be cutting them out. Look ye all around you and what art ye will. All them steens holding up their heads as well as they can out of their pride, as a cat, simply tumbling down with the weight of the lies wrote on them. Here lies the body, or sacred to the memory, wrote on all of them, and yet nigh in half of them there bean't no bodies at all, and the memories of them bean't cared a pinch of snuff about, much less sacred. Lies all of them, nothing but lies of one kind or another. My God, but it'll be a queer scoutament at the day of judgment when they come tumbling up their death sarks, all duped together and trying to drag their teamsteams with them to prove how good they was. Some of them trembling and dithering with their hands that dozen and slippy from lying in the sea, that they can't even keep their grip of them. I could see from the old fellow's self-satisfied air, and the way in which he looked around for
that was really fun. First time I've done it from the phone like that for a while. That was really fun though. Thanks so much for being here. Begin by simply listening. Slow down. See just how peaceful today can be. Catch you guys on the flip side.
Approval of his cronies that he was showing off. So I put in a word to keep him going. Oh, Mr. Swear.
No. No!
Is music your life? Make it your career at the Los Angeles Recording School. Learn to produce your own songs, scores, soundtracks, and
Learn about crypto and get paid as you learn with Coinbase Earn. We've paid out over $100 million in crypto rewards since Coinbase Earn launched in 2018.
through my darkest time. Now it's my turn. Start reading Unordinary now.
Good. Very good. I'm gonna cloud of the clan McCloud. Oh no. Oh no. What just happened?
This is your home. This is your family room / gym. The guest bedroom / music studio. The daybed / dog bed. The living room / yoga shanty / regional office / classroom. And this is the basement / panic room. Maybe what your family needs is a vacation home / vacation home. Find yours on the Verbo app.
You are awesome, and you are gonna rock them like a hurricane. You got this, okay?
Hello? Hi. How are you? What's up?